Hello, I would like to talk about, are these thoughts my own? Now I know as human beings we are full of thoughts, stressful, kind, good, indifferent, however we think as people. We can think all sorts, in fact we don't stop thinking. But there are times that we are in fairly good places. It's not all doom and gloom as I always say, but there are times that we can be just going along in the car, walking along, being in a party, being at home, being at work, and you can be quite happy focused on what you're doing and thinking, which can be quite pleasant. That you have a thought that just pops in, that just throws you because you think, actually, that was horrible to look at that person and think that. That was nasty to think about that person that way. And these could be people that you actually care for. Or it could just be a stranger on the street that you look at and have an unwholesome thought about. Well, let's consider what's taking place. Now, of course, we are of mind. Everybody is. Our thoughts are released out into the environment. That is why when you go into certain areas, you can be overwhelmed by the place. It's a bit like if you go to a funeral, you feel and sense a sadness because of the thoughts and feelings that are being released. You can go to a place that's really happy, a party, and you feel quite upbeat, you feel exhilarated. Equally, as a friend sort of told me who's an air stewardess, the people waiting for the plane to leave are all a bit tense and the people arriving are all happy. You can sense what's going out there, but you don't really question it. It's just part of life that you don't engage into thought. But going back to, are these thoughts my own? These thoughts are not necessarily your own. They may be other people's thoughts. These thoughts can come from physical people around you, stemming over into the spiritual worlds. We often wish to communicate with spirit, and spirit is very much around us. After all, people that take the transition still have their thoughts and feelings. Some take their transition into the spirit world and some hover around for a while. But, this is not to feel fearful or anything. This is just a normal progression of how life works. But you may be linking in. You may be linking into people around you. You may even be linking into the person who you looked at across the street. How is she thinking? How is he thinking? Just by linking and looking, you've made a link with someone. You don't know what you're picking up from that person. You could just be thinking nice things and suddenly a thought drops in your head that's unwholesome. Where does that come from? Now, for the ones that are sensitive, you may have that happen. For the ones that are developing their spiritual gifts, it may happen. For the people that have a natural ability to be psychic, it may happen. Even the ones that start meditation. You are of mind. But when these thoughts come, and you know who you are, you know if you have those thoughts about other people. If you haven't, let them go. Don't take ownership on them, because that will confuse you and make you feel quite horrible in yourself. In fact, you will start to judge yourself. But separate it. Let them come, let them go. A friend recently who started to develop in one of my spiritual groups, since then she's had some very strange thoughts, and she said to me, I just had these thoughts, they just came out of nowhere, Trace, and I really didn't like them. I was quite happy, and she's a very happy person, in a very good place, doing very well spiritually. But she had a thought that threw her back to think, whoa, where did that come from? So I explained to her, she's opening up. She's more aware of what's outside. As much as you're trying to link with the spirit world or work with your psyche, you could be a bit of an open channel and pick up passing traffic. And that's exactly what it is, passing traffic. Just let it go. It really isn't nothing to worry about. But once you understand it, you can address it. If you feel it overwhelms you, sometimes you can go into an environment where it's just a bit too much, that you start thinking all sorts of thoughts and you're not sure whether it's coming from this side or the other side, is spirit trying to communicate with you, are you going mad? No. You are a spirit with a physical body. Spirit is around you all the time, whether it's a releasement of somebody else or whether it's the other side, as I've said. So just shut it down. You can put yourself in a protection in the way that you wish to work your protection, or you can simply just let it come, let it go, or when the thoughts come, just say, get up, and that's it. Or call your guides in to help you with it.